Hey guys, it's King Dead here from Apex Gaming, and today I'm going to be discussing the top 5 PvP weapons to use in the Crucible. And I just want to state out real quick that all these weapons here are easy to get. You can purchase them off vendors, or you can order them off of Hake himself. And I will not be discussing the roles of these weapons, I'll only be discussing the easy to use and their stats. Alright, so the first gun I'm going to be talking about is the Paleo Contact JPK-43, and you can order this off of a Dead Orbit vendor. If you take a look at its stats, it has a high rate of fire, low impact, mid-range, high stability, and high reload. It holds 57 in its magazine. If you take a look at its secondary stats, it has a high aim assist, its equip speed is pretty low, and its recoil direction is about mid, and its zoom is low as well. So if you use this gun, you would notice that it's kind of like a miniature version of the Doctrine of Passing. It's very nice to use, very smooth. It doesn't have that much of a bad kick. The kick on the gun is usually right at the center. It doesn't really move too much up and down. It kind of goes side to side. It's not too bad. It's very easy to handle. If you take a look at the videos, you'll notice that when I shoot this gun, it just melts people. If you get it with some good rolls, it's a pretty good gun to use on its own. But if you get some good rolls, it just, makes this gun an excellent gun to use. The only thing I would complain about this gun really is that it has a pretty bad stock, and it doesn't, scope wise, it doesn't have much to work with. The scopes are kind of basic. There's nothing too crazy to use about the scopes. And that's really all there is to talk about this gun, really. I mean, it's a pretty basic gun. If you like fast range shooting guns, kind of like the Doctrine of Passing, this would be the next best thing for you. If not, you should try out the Armistice D, but other than that, this is a pretty good gun to use, and it's, top 5, and it's not too bad, and it's pretty cheap, and it's, like I said, it's not too hard to get. Alright, and the next gun I want to talk to you guys is the Suros DIS-43. Now, there's a little controversy on this gun. If you like a slow rate fire gun that packs a lot of punch, go with the Suros DIS-43. If you like a faster rate one that does smaller damage, doesn't have as much punch, go with the Suros DIS-47. They're kind of opposites, but they're both really good to use. So just taking a look at the stats, you'll notice that it has a pretty mid-range rate of fire. It has a mid-impact. Its range can be maxed out to 100, and its stability can be maxed out to 99, and its reload can be maxed out to 80, which is very nice. You have a lot of stats to work with there. And if you take a look at its secondary stats, it has 61 aim assist that can be buffed up to 66, and its equip speed is 34, can be buffed up to 89, and its recoil is maxed at 80, which is very nice. It doesn't have a bad kick at all. Its zoom is pretty low. Its maximum is 25, and it's very light. It's not too heavy at all. Now, if you take a look at the videos that I have posted here, you notice that this gun, it really just packs a heavy punch. It doesn't hold back anything. It's pretty slow, which is the thing that's very disappointing about this gun, is it shoots very slow, but it really does make up for it in the amount of damage it does when it actually shoots someone. I personally don't like scout rifles, and this one isn't gonna really change that for me, but it's not a bad gun to use. If you don't have the Mida, this gun packs a very heavy punch. The Mida shoots fast, so if you like the Mida, you might want to go with the 47. But this one has some, pretty nice stability. It has a pretty nice of everything. And if you go and you can order it right, it's a pretty good gun. And some of the rolls that he gives it to you with is very nice. I think you can get this gun with auto, and the one that I have, it has hidden hand, which is one of the best things to have on any gun because of its aim assist, and that's what really helps this gun, really maximizes its full potential, which is why I prefer this gun to use, honestly. Now, just when you aim this gun, it's like I said before, it is like a sniper, so you just want to aim, at the head. There doesn't have too much kick on it, so you can honestly control this gun to its maximum potential. So it is like a sniper, so you want to treat it like a sniper. And as I said before, you don't really want to equip 2 snipers because it just makes it a little too difficult. I've seen people roll with a sniper and get a headshot or a body shot, and then finish them off with the DIS 43, which is pretty good. I would use that. I've seen a lot of people do that with Mida, so it's one of those things that it can go either way. I just prefer not to run 2 versions of a sniper, because if I get caught in a close range battle, you know, this gun isn't really gonna protect you. It's gonna kill you. You know, you gotta go with either a close range weapon and a long range weapon, or, you know, if you want to do that, you know, you just gotta stay far from the enemies as possible with this gun. Alright, and the next gun of choice here that I have is a Herta J. This gun is personally my favorite. If you guys have used any of the Hawk pulse rifles, the nice thing about it is that it fires a 4th shot, which is actually very helpful. Now if you take a look at its stats, it has the rate of fire. Its minimum is 66, which is, you know, that's as high as it can get. Its maximum is 66 as well. Its impact is 14, which is as high as it can get as well. The range is 21, you can max it out at 61. Its stability is 58, you can max it out at 100. Its reload is 68, you can max it out at 96. And if you take a look at its secondary stats, you would notice that it has its aim assist, you can max it out at 55, its minimum is 50. Its equip speed is 40, its maximum is 95. Its recoil direction is 70, and its maximum is 70, so that's all you can really work with. The zoom is 17, it can max out at 24, and its light is 36, max out at 39. Now, if you use this weapon, it kicks like a mule. That's one thing that's kind of annoying about this gun, but its 4th round really does make up for it. Now, have you ever left, you know, an enemy with like 1 shot? This gun basically just takes that 1 shot away. You know, it really finishes off the enemy. It does a lot of damage for how much, you know, how it says it's low. It doesn't really do low damage. It's a personal favorite of mine. The one that I have has some pretty bad rolls on it, so, you know, you have to reorder another one. And he gives you some pretty decent rolls. The ones that I just picked up, I just never really used this gun till recently. I found out that it was decent. And honestly, I just enjoy this gun. It's really fun. I've gotten destroyed by it in Crucible myself. It really is a very convenient gun. If you use it, you'll notice that it removes that final shot that, you know, if you use a normal pulse rifle that shoots 3, this one shoots that 4th round, and it really does finishes off that enemy for you. Now, another thing that's nice about it is that it has a really nice range on it. It's not too far, it's not too close. It really is a pretty minimum range, and you can always extend it with a scope. The scopes on this gun is pretty nice. I like the iron scope. It really fits the gun. It makes it look a little nicer, a little smoother. You can always go with like the sniper looking scope. It's really, you know, it does decent on any scope that you decide to work with. Scope is a, you know, personal thing that I tell everybody. You know, you just gotta find a scope that works for you. And with that 4th shot, it does really melt people. You know, if you take a look at the video that I'm posting, that you're watching, it will, you know, it does that, it just melts people because of that extra shot. You know, it says that it does a small amount of damage, but if you notice, it does some pretty nice damage. And if you aim at the chest, those, you know, 3 extra shots are going to go straight to the face. And, you know, that's what makes this gun deadly, is because you get those 3 crit shots and it just melts them. You know, usually with a pulse rifle you only have 3 shots. With this one, since you have 4, if you aim right at the chest, you're gonna get one of those shots, is 3 of those shots technically, is gonna get beat crit shots instead of 2 of them. You know, so like I said before, aim at the chest. This gun is pretty easy to handle. It's not too difficult. It's pretty slow in its way. It's slow rate fire pulse rifle, but I think in the last Bungie update they buffed that, so that's what makes this gun, you know, pretty deadly. And another thing that's nice about this gun is it has a pretty large magazine for a pulse rifle. 36, it's pretty nice, and I think they expanded the the magazine, because it shoots 4 shots. So, you can blast 9 rounds at someone, and then, before you have to reload, and you usually only need 2. If you get, aim it perfectly, you only need 2 shots to, kill someone. But it's a very nice gun to handle. I would suggest going and picking one up. You gotta order it. His pulse rifles are pretty nice. I love all his pulse rifles. Just this one is my personal favorite, and I just love this gun. Alright, so the next gun is my personal favorite. It is the Hacksaw. You can go and pick it up from the Crucible vendor, and if you take a look at its stats, it has a high rate of fire, minimum impact is 7, its maximum is 8, so it does very low. Its range can be put up to 66, and its minimum is 15. You can max out the stability, and you can max out the reload at 100 and 100, but its minimum is 44 and 52. That's just up to you the way you roll with it. Its aim assist is 60, its maximum 65, its equip speed is 84 and 134 for its maximum. Its recoil direction is 50, so it's flat 50 right at half for maximum as well. The zoom is 17, its maximum is 22, and how light it is, it's 36, the maximum is 39. So if you have ever owned a Hacksaw, you would know that these guns are just murderous in Crucible. It is a very light weapon, it shoots very fast for a pulse rifle, and for me it was my first weapon that I got up to 320 before the update, and this weapon just destroys, it melts people. They nerfed it a while ago, and they gave it back its rebuff because they just nerfed it to, you know how Destiny works, they just nerf everything to the ground, and then people complained and they nerfed it back up, or brought it back up. The thing that I like about the Hacksaw is that it fits all playstyles. You can get rolls that have maximum range and maximum stability. The one that I currently use has Hidden Hand, which, increases aim assist, which is what you want on your guns. Higher aim assist, because it helps you get those headshots. And the Hacksaw isn't too hard to manage. It's always been, top at its game. It's always, been the envy of all pulse rifles, and it shoots very fast, which was what I believe it was one of the first of its kind, because it really did increase the pulse rifle's name, with the faster fire rate and, high stability and high range. You can always just, update this to however you want to play. If you like to play up close and personal, this gun could be a hip-fire gun, or you can just, snipe from afar. And like I said, you can just go pick this right up from the vendor. It's very easy to maintain and manage, and it's very light, which is also a very nice thing. When you're switching between guns, this gun just, pops right out. It's really quick, and it's very easy to handle. It has a really high reload. I feel like they jip it and they say it has a pretty low reload, but no, this gun is pretty light altogether. And if you just take a look at the video, it's very easy to get crit shots with this because it's just so light and accurate. It's just a very nice gun, and I would suggest using it if you use a exotic secondary or exotic heavy. This gun will just help you, just tear house. And when you shoot it, aim at the chest, because this gun is, aim up, I would say aim at the chin. It has a pretty high aim assist, so, more than likely you'll get all 3 crit shots. If you want to be really safe, aim at, like, the upper chest. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good gun. Alright, and the final weapon that I wanted to toss in was the Doctrine of Passing. Now, you can't go and buy this off a vendor. You have to actually go out and earn it. You have to fight in the trials. You can either get 7 wins if it's the weekly, or you can get it out of a package. Or you can go flawless and get the Adept version. Since there's 2 versions of this, there is a Doctrine of Passing Normal, and there's a Doctrine of Passing Adept, which is black and yellow, and the other one is black, or yellow and black. So there are 2 versions of it. You have to go flawless, so you have to get 9 wins to get the Doctrine of Passing Adept, which is a much more powerful version of the Doctrine of Passing. Now, they nerfed this gun with our last patch, but to be honest, they didn't really do a very good job at nerfing it, because it's still very good to use. So if we take a look at its stats, you would notice that it has a very high rate of fire. It has a low impact. Its minimum is 2 and the maximum is 2. Its range is 15, its maximum is 27, its stability is 42, its maximum is 81, and its reload is 71, and its maximum is 85. Now its aim assist is 66, its maximum is 66, and its equip speed is 59, and its maximum is 69. Its recoil direction is 60, and its maximum is 60. And its zoom is 15,
and its maximum is 21. Its light is 36, and its maximum is 40.
So if you shoot this gun, it is like shooting a pellet gun. I call it shooting little bees at someone because this gun does very low damage, but what it does in low damage, it really adds up in how many bullets it shoots at one person. And it's very accurate on top of that. This is one of the top PvP guns in its age, and people are always using and abusing this gun. If you've noticed, you have the adept version, it shoots faster and it does a little bit more damage. So the reason why this gun is out there is because Trials of Osiris has some of the best guns out there to go out and earn. Doctrine of Passing is one such. If you use this gun, it absolutely melts people. It melts them fast, and it's very accurate, and you can get this gun with some of the best rolls in the game. Now the downfall on this gun is it has no range whatsoever. If you use this gun, I would recommend carrying a sniper. It really does increase the kick on other people's, and since it has that nice stability on it, when you shoot it, honestly you just feel the gun pulsing towards the other player's head. This gun is not to be messed with if you find it and you're up against it. It's very hard to outshoot, and it's very hard to outmaneuver since it shoots many bullets. On top of that, if you get your own, you know, you will be that one person that everybody despises because the Doctrine of Passing was supposed to be nerfed, and as I've said before, they didn't do a very good job at nerfing it. It's very, very deadly. It's just its only downfall is the range, as I've said before, which is why I say carry a sniper, because when you carry a sniper, it makes, you know, using this gun very easy because you can't really snipe with the Doctrine of Passing. Now, once again, this isn't a gun that you can go and purchase from a vendor. This is the only gun that I'm putting in here that you can't purchase from a vendor. But as I've said, it's one of those guns that you can go out and earn yourself if you do the gold tire bounties for Trials of Osiris, or if you go flawless. So it's kind of difficult to get this gun, but in a way it's not. It's more difficult to get the adept version of it, and that is why I'm really putting this gun in there, because it is just a pea shooter that destroys people, that has a ton of ammo. I think you've noticed I just destroy like 2 or 3 people with this gun, and then I reload, because this gun just, it shoots so quickly and it's very easy to manage. And if you like up close and personal, this would be your best bet, because this gun, when you're closer to someone, it's better. It's just way better to use. Alright, so that is it. That is all that I have to talk about. That is my top 5 PvP legendary weapons. And I hope this video helped you. If you had any questions, leave a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Thanks for the support, guys.